Hello, class. Good morning. We are now discussing paper 2 analog electronics, and its unit 1 is nothing but analog systems. We are going to discuss today is about the specification of sensors. So, first specification of sensors is accuracy. It is an extent of closeness of output with respect to input or the difference between actual value and indicated output value means how close is the output value to the actual desirable value. It can be expressed either as a percentage of full scale. Next parameter is range. It is nothing but the range of maximum and minimum values of applied parameters at the sensor's output. For example, if the temperature sensor has temperature input in between 50 degrees Celsius to 250 degrees Celsius and its output range may be 2 to 10 milliampere. Linearity, it means actually output should be linearly proportional to input. You can see the diagram in which there are two curves. One is linear curve and other is measured curve. The ideal curve should be linear, but according to measured values or practical values, curve differs from linearity. So we can say linearity is an expression of the extent to which actual measured curve of a sensor departs from its ideal curve. Ideal curve should be linear. Next is sensitivity. It can be defined as the ratio of change in the response of sensor to change in quantity which is to be measured or sensed, or an output voltage change for a given change in input. Simply, sensitivity of a sensor is nothing but how much sensor output is sensitive to slight changes in input parameter. Next is resolution. It is the smallest possible change at the output. It can be defined as smallest detectable incremental change of the input that can be seen at output signal. It can be expressed as a proportion of the reading, that is the full scale reading. Next specification is reproducibility. It can be defined as the degree of closeness with which a given value may be repeatedly measured. That is, for many number of input values, sensor output remains same or a slight change may occur. But perfect reproducibility means the sensor has no any variation, no any change, or we can say no drift. So these are some specifications which should be taken into account always while choosing any sensor or transducer. Let's turn to our first sensor which is used to measure a temperature parameter, which is most widely used, very popular in electronics field, and its name is LM35. It is a precision IC temperature sensor. It's very small, that is only 3 pin IC. It senses the temperature in the surrounding, or we can say it as a room temperature, and gives output in the voltage form. As the function of sensor is to sense the physical parameter and gives output in the electric form. Right? You can see the diagram. Here plus Vs means 4 volt to 20 volt is the pin for supplying the voltage power supply. Next, middle pin is output pin. It has number 2. and third pin is ground pin. Now what are the features of LM35? Its supply voltage ranges from 35 volt to minus 2 volt, but typically we use 5 volt only. Its temperature range is minus 55 degrees Celsius to plus 150 degrees Celsius. That is, it can sense the temperature from this range only, and it can damage if the temperature range goes beyond this limit. Sensitivity of the temperature sensor LM35 is plus minus 10 millivolt per degree Celsius. That is, its output changes plus minus 10 millivolt for change in 1 degree Celsius temperature at input. Next is zero point 0.5 degree Celsius accuracy plus minus zero point 0.5 degree Celsius accuracy. That is, if temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, then its output is zero point 0.3 volt. And if temperature goes to 30.5 degrees Celsius, then its output is 0.35 volt. So we can take for both temperatures output as zero point 0.3 volt. This is for plus minus zero point 0.5 degrees Celsius accuracy. Drain current is less than 60 milliampere, which is very low. It is very low cost temperature sensor, small and suitable for remote applications, that is for distant applications. Some packages are given and you can see the temperature sensor looks like this. Here the temperature sensor is 3 pin IC. You might have seen all the transistors. It is transistor like IC, but its name displays LM35, so it is a temperature sensor IC. When we hold it like in front of our face, then leftmost pin is number 1, which is VCC, and standardly we give this pin plus 5 volt supply. Middle, that is number 2 pin, is for output, and it gives the output in the form of voltage form. This LM35 gives the output in the form of millivolt range. And rightmost pin, third pin, is nothing but the ground. I hope you understood the specifications of any sensor or transducer, and our first sensor LM35 temperature sensor, which is very popular and most widely used in the electronics field. Thank you.